We come to this place for magic. We listen to the Brown Boy Wonders podcast to laugh, to cry, to care. Because we need that. All of us. That indescribable feeling we get when we click the play button and we go somewhere we've never been before. Not just entertained, but somehow reborn together. Having dazzling guests on this great audio platform. Sound that I can feel. Somehow, heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Our heroes feel like the best parts of us, and stories feel perfect and powerful. Because here they are. Brown Boy Wonders podcast. We make podcasting better.
Welcome to the holiday edition of the Brown Boy Wonder podcast. In this third installment of our holiday rewatch, my guest and I are rewatching, or watched, the motion picture 1990 Home Alone. My first guest usually says to me, "Look what you did, you little jerk."
Look what you did, you little jerk.
Skyler, hi, Skyler, how you doing, man?
I say that often. I'm doing great, Abrar. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate, and happy holidays to those who do other stuff.
For sure. My second guest usually says at home, "Fuller, go easy on the Pepsi."
Fuller, go easy on the Pepsi.
Daniel, how you doing, man?
It's me, the Christmas Grinch. I'm gonna take your stuff and shove it up the chimney. Ooh, boo.
That's a different movie.
I know, but
This is Home Alone.
I know, I'm aware.
Okay. My last guest here, he usually says, you can't be too old for a lot of things, but you're never too old to be afraid.
You can be a little old for a lot of things. You're never too old to be afraid.
Anthony, how you doing, man?
Hey, Christmas is here, and it's a wonderful time to be alone.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
agree.
And
Couldn't be more true.
and I usually say, a lovely cheese pizza just for me.
A lovely cheese pizza just for me.
I've actually heard you say that.
Exactly.
true.
Thank you. Well, guys, we're gonna talk about Home Alone 1990. I do have a question for you guys. When was the first time you guys were home alone?
Right now.
Ooh, that's a good question. I do remember being home alone. I feel like my family went somewhere on vacation, and remember being like a sort of a younger teenager. And I remember I got a big old thing at Chicken Express, and I just ate that over the course of a weekend by myself, and I was pretty happy about that, which is similar to the themes seen in the film. So that was good.
I don't think I've ever truly been alone because of the demons.
Oh shit.
The demon
Okay.
in my head. I could not
yeah.
possibly remember the first time I was home alone. It's one of those things where like my childhood was I grew up in the Midwest, and so
I'm
parents
sorry.
just like were just like, all right, I'll be back, and then we're gone for like half the day.
Mhm.
I was an outside kid also, so it really did not matter. It was like it my neighborhood was one of the ones where like everybody knew each other, and so you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go over to the Stephanics for dinner tonight. It'd be fine. Like everyone was everyone's kid. It was just normal. So it wasn't really like a Home Alone situation.
When you say Home Alone, do you mean like over a multiple day period, or just like being in your house with no one else there at all?
Like, for example, like multiple days or like
Okay.
2 days, 1 day.
Because I was a latchkey kid, so I would get home and be by myself often, but not for multiple days. Probably not until I was like a teenager did I ever like experience that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I remember when I was like 7, my mom gave me like 5 Filet-O-Fish from McDonald's. And she said like, "Oh, I'll be back over, like tonight, and I was like home alone for like at least like 9 hours. So I remember eating all those 5 filet-o-fishes.
That's an absolutely insane story, and I thought because you set me up saying multiple days, I thought you were telling us just now that as a 7-year-old, your mother gave you 5 fillet of fish and said, "Abrar, you need to make this last for the weekend because we're not coming back."
She threw them into your kennel cage and said, "We'll be back on Monday."
No, it was just that
Impressive.
one day.
So instead, you ate 5 fillet of fish in a matter of like
In
a
a
couple
day?
hours. Why would you
Ye-
eat so many in one sitting?
That's
Isn't
I mean,
that a
they were
joke on The
good.
Office?
look,
I
man.
don't think so.
That's
But
how you get
I
diarrhea.
remember eating all 5. It's crazy.
As a 7-year-old, wow, that's cool.
As a
Uh,
7-year-old?
My metabolism was really high, right? Should be.
I don't believe you.
I
Oh,
do.
okay.
I bet
Guess
there's
what?
only 3.
I bet if you went and asked your mother right now, you'd be like, "Oh, mom, remember the 5 fish fillets?" She said that never happened.
Yep. Bring her in here. Put her
I'll
on the podcast.
she is somewhere, but I'll ask her soon. Don't worry.
She doesn't
Um,
listen to the podcast.
no, she does not. She does not, which is sad. Then I have some trivia for you guys. Hopefully you guys get it correct. Because I think last time you guys got most of it correct, right?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember either.
Was I here?
But I think you're here. But the
No.
first question is, how far does Kate McAllister, aka the mom in this film, travel in Home Alone? Give me the answer in miles.
How the hell am I?
Okay.
Okay.
So she's in Paris. Are we
She-
counting the trip there?
Yeah. How
We're
far does she
counting.
travel in the movie?
We're
Or are we
counting
are we
from.
just counting her trip back?
No, we're counting the whole thing. When she went to Paris and then when she came back.
Okay. So Home Alone takes place in town.
They leave from Chicago, right?
Yeah, they leave from Chicago and they go to Paris, and
Uh-huh.
then she catches a flight back to Dallas, and then from Dallas they go to some other place that's like north of there. I think it's like Ohio, and then she has to catch a ride with John Candy back to Chicago. So it's
Polka polka. No?
yeah,
Polka polka.
so it's 3,467 miles
Okay, that's your
exactly.
Okay, and Skylar, what about you?
She walked 500 miles and then she walked 500 more.
So 1,000.
Da da da.
Final
don't know.
answer.
Is you sure that's your final answer?
Sure, I don't care.
Yeah, what do we win?
Anthony, what's her?
I have yet to get a
guess?
single prize from any right answer I've given you ever. So whatever.
I don't know. Like that's what's a funny answer? There isn't really anything funny. So like I don't know, 10,000 miles.
You could have
Okay,
said 69,
I gave a
69.
funny answer, and he said, "Are you sure?" So there's not even a prize for that.
well, you guys locked in your answers. According
Nope.
to, how you guys did?
Let's go.
You guys did.
Oh right.
So according to Hertz, the rental service, they calculated how far the mom went around traveling, and they estimated about 11,139 miles.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Estimated. So even they don't know.
Yeah,
well,
they did it
they're
wrong.
they're a car rental, and she was in planes for most of it, so it's different mileage.
What do cars know about going across the ocean, huh?
If cars were meant to fly, they would have been built with wings.
Yeah, and you gotta think of like 90s distance versus like today's distance.
And are you
Mhm.
counting like the steps from the cab into the house, or what?
Well, I send you
Yeah,
guys
that's got to add at
a
least 6 miles.
timetables of how she traveled.
This is
Are we-
really helpful for the listeners at home.
Are we adding the distance that little tin man at the front step got launched on the 17 times he got hit by cars?
Poor
We
little guy.
can.
Abrar, this is like in the beginning of the film where that random child is asking that guy of like, does this get 4-wheel drive?
Yeah.
I don't know, kid. Beat it. Like that's
Oh.
where we're at right now.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to beat that kid up. And someday I will.
Also, I don't even think I, until this moment, realized her name was Kate.
Kate.
I just call her Catherine O'Hara.
Uh,
Which,
I
by
mean,
the way, I don't know if this is inappropriate, but she was looking pretty good in this movie.
Yeah, she was like around her 40s, right?
Am I right? Am I wrong here? Am I crazy?
I thought the oldest daughter was cute, but I don't
She
know
was-
if she was ever in anything else other than this.
I don't know how fucking old she was, dude. You better be careful what you're
It's okay. When the
saying.
movie came out, I was like 6. So, or wait,
I-
no, when did it come out? 99.
1990?
I was 3.
Came out in 90. You weren't born
I was
yet.
-4.
What?
So I
Um,
think it's
This
fine.
guy can't keep his freaking story straight.
I thought you said it was 99 for some reason.
no, 1990. Well, the second trivia question here is, there are 3 Culkin brothers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which of them were in the motion picture movie 2002, The Signs?
Dude, you could
Kieran
ask me
and
so many
t-
things.
Signs.
I don't even know who the third one is.
Well, he's the kid from Scream 4.
Yeah. No, I know Kieran. I don't know who
No,
the third
he's not
one.
in Scream 4. Kieran's
Are
in
you sure?
Rory
Scott
is the
Pilgrim.
other one.
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
Kieran's in
the
Scott
one I
Pilgrim
know.
and in Succession, right? That's the show. I don't
Yeah.
watch it.
I would have assumed that Kieran and Rory must look a lot more similar than Macaulay does.
They all look more or less exactly the same.
Is
Yeah.
there any sort of like Brenda Song questions on this quiz or like
Yeah.
Rich
Yeah.
Evans related? Like I
Ask me
think I'm more familiar
Ask
with
me which
them.
video game she was
We,
Brenda
our
Song was
answer is
in.
Kieran, by the way. That's our answer.
All right. The answer
Wrong.
is wrong. The right answer is Rory.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
What's the
all right.
relevance of Signs? Did you do Signs on a previous podcast?
No.
No, I just like the
He's
movie
just-
Signs.
He's just throwing shit out and seeing what
Because there's
happens.
a Culkin in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
There's a Culkin in the hearts of every man.
There is apparently there's a Culkin in it, but it's the one Culkin that's not in this movie.
Yeah,
That is
with
true.
Yeah,
me.
wait. That's true.
I do have
'Cause
another
Kieran's the one
trivia.
who pees the bed.
Yeah.
Lay it on me, man.
What is the name of Harry and Marv's van?
OK something or other. What is it called?
I
It's like
think it's
is it plumbing? Is it like OK plumbing?
I think its name was Stuart.
Stuart Biggle.
Anthony, you're right. It is OK Plumbing and Heating. Your flood control experts, call JK51350.
Hey, I nailed it.
I don't think the phone number counts as part of its name.
I think so. I mean, it's
well,
part of
you're wrong.
but
His
yeah,
little
let's,
van mom wrote down on its birth certificate its name.
so let's get into the cast here. We got our guy, Macaulay Culkin as Kevin McAllister.
I'm sorry. Hang on. Wait.
Everyone's
Macaulay
favorite.
Culkin.
Well, let's not make fun of Abrar here now. But did
Oh,
you
you're
just-
saying that?
Let's all be fair to our friend. But did you just say McClunky Culkin?
Yes, I did. Oh, I'm crying.
We haven't even started the podcast yet.
You know,
Well,
in previous episodes, I told you the whole world. Like, I'm not really good with names, so I'm trying my best here.
No. If anyone's listened to this far, they know that.
Don't blame you. It's just it's an amazing statement, McClunky Culkin.
I really hope that our one listener in Czechoslovakia really liked that bit there.
Oh,
No, it's
God.
Estonia.
Oh, isn't that from the Princess Diaries?
So yeah, we got him as Kevin, of course, the main guy in this film. We also had Joe Pesci as Harry. We got
Well,
Daniel Stern as Marv.
Yep.
We
There we
got
go.
John Hurd as Peter, the dad
Rest
in
in
this
peace.
film. Yeah, he passed away. I forgot when.
After Sharknado 1, I don't know.
Oh, well, we got Robert Blossom as Marley, aka Kevin's elderly neighbor.
I'm assuming rest in peace.
We never know. We never know.
Nope, he died in 2011.
2011. Wow.
10 years after.
Yeah. We got what Skyler mentioned.
Hey, wait a minute.
No, move on.
Yeah. Okay. We got what Skyler mentioned, Catherine O'Hara as Kate, as aka the mom. We got some, siblings there. I'm not gonna mention them, but I'm gonna mention
already did.
Devin Rattray as Buzz, aka
Legend.
Kevin's big brother. We got
Absolute legend.
absolute. We got Gary Bomb Man as Uncle Frank. He's the selfish older brother
Yep.
of
Rest in peace.
Did he? We might be
No,
alive.
he didn't.
Okay. Of course, we got the legend John Candy as Gus Polisky.
I got nothing to say about him.
Okay, that's
Yeah, he's
good.
alive and well.
Just kidding. Rest in peace.
All right, all
Aw,
right.
who knew?
But yeah, Home Alone 1990. What do you guys think the budget was for this film?
I always have to answer these budget questions. I'm not doing it this time. Someone else can do it.
Ooh, okay.
$80 million, Steve.
Hey,
Okay.
hey.
$80,001,000.
I think just their house alone cost $80 million.
It was a rental.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Any guesses?
Well, I
We
think
just
you
did.
just got multiple.
Okay. Well, you guys are pretty far out. So the budget for this
Hell
film
yeah,
was
brother.
18 million.
I
Yeah,
said that.
yeah.
$18 million.
Yeah, he was right the whole time. You
Ah.
misheard him. You
Well-
misheard.
Well, if you want to compare it to another film we rewatch, it was the same comparison as Saw 7, the final chapter.
Oh, this movie definitely looks better than that one.
Definitely. And what do you think about the box office? How much does this movie made?
People loved this movie, right?
Yeah, it was like it's a classic, so it had to have done well. Okay, I'm gonna say if it cost 18 million to make, I'm gonna say it made 5 times that. You do the math.
I mean, you tell me the math.
I didn't come
Wow.
here to be mathed.
Just 500 million, Steve.
18 times
Hold
What?
on. 90. It's 90 million.
90.
This is a good
Eight-
audio podcast.
18 times 90.
No, times 5 makes 90.
Bro, $500 million.
Just tell us what it's cost.
Well, Anthony and Daniel, I think Daniel you said 500 as well.
My
I said
God,
90.
I'm right here.
Skyler.
Me, the other guy.
Okay, you guys got it almost correct. It was 476 million.
Hey, wonderful.
And I'm introducing this one. What do you guys think the Rotten Tomato score for this film was?
Audience is in the 90s.
That's not what he asked.
I'm talking about the
No.
critics.
Critics is in the 60s.
Ooh, okay. And Daniel?
I think that the two Muppets that are the old guys,
Stadler and Waldorf, go ahead.
Wadler and Saldorf, would have given it a like a 78.
78, okay. Anthony?
64, like Nintendo.
Oh, well, Andy, you're almost on the nose. It is 66%.
Hey,
That's
there
too
you
low.
go.
What about the guy that said in the 60s? Is that worth anything?
Nope.
No.
You got a cookie next time I see you.
Oh,
I freaking better. Okay, what about the audience score? Tell me that.
The audience score was like, I didn't check. It was like an 88%.
Yeah, that was really close.
But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on rewatching this movie?
it's a Christmas classic. I mean, come on. This is one of those sort of like dream team fuck, can't even speak. I'm just so full of Christmas joy. It's one of those dream team kind of films, right? You've got a director that knows how to sort of work with kids in a very sort of like Spielberg-esque manner. You've got a writer that is, I mean, at this point, it's the early 90s, so like a sort of well-known, very much established, like voice of the generation kind of writer with John Hughes. And the John Williams score, like I said, it's just all these like different pieces that come together and make a classic film. Like it's interesting moving past this into the sequels where, you know, each of those films kind of has their own element that dilutes over time. But like this first film, it's got comedy, it's got heart, like there's a reason it's held in such high regard for a Christmas film. It just nails that feeling.
They got the cutest kid in the world, the best writer of the time for family comedy. You got the guy that would one day go on to make Pixels. You couldn't be stopped.
Pixels.
Yeah, true.
Chris
Yep, that's Chris
Columbus
Columbus.
directed Pixels. Believe
Oh
that?
my goodness.
He did Harry Potter 1 and 2, and then probably some other stuff. And then
What happened?
Pixels.
What happened?
Yeah, right?
You know, it's like if you watch the opening scene of Pixels, you probably think like, man, he should have just made that the whole movie, and there probably would have been a good Chris Columbus film. But
Oh,
no,
holy crap. He directed the first Percy Jackson movie?
That was
he
also
did.
bad.
That's
Yep.
psychotic. Mrs. Doubtfire, I knew that. Wow.
Just reading Chris Columbus's IMDb. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of those like I said, especially with Home Alone and the Harry Potter films. He's a master at sort of getting that sort of kid performance out that doesn't feel like cutesy children stuff. Like both Harry Potter and Kevin McAllister both had this sort of like kid trying to be an adult vibe about them. I mean, especially in Home Alone, where he, literally is like has to be the man of the house. I got the milk, eggs, and fabric softener. Like you've had this like little smart ass little kid that has to like mature over the holidays. And I don't know, it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel annoying. He just has this vibe, and I think that comes down to the director just knowing how to teach this kid to get the performance that he needs. It's great.
I mean, this is when I think about a Christmas movie, like all-time greats, this is it. This is the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, this is. I know when we talked about the Santa Claus, I said that goes on every year. So does this, obviously. It's one of the first ones to go on every December. I just there's a lot of good things to say about it.
Say
Yeah.
him.
Dude,
No, I
Daniel.
don't got time.
Daniel, it sounds like you disagree.
no, I didn't say I disagreed.
Yeah, Daniel, what the fuck?
Yeah, man, why am I getting called out? No, it's so I think that I have like maybe slightly less like nostalgia for this because we didn't really watch it when I was a kid. So I
Mhm.
really only watched this like more recently. Like I would catch like clips of it or whatever when it was on TV or FX or whatever, right? But it wasn't one of like my family was always like, we're gonna watch White Christmas, we're gonna watch these old ass ones because
Yeah.
my family is old and predominantly women, so we watch a lot of like musicals. But I do still really love this movie. I think I actually saw the second one first.
Oh,
I
you
think
must be
that's the one I
confused.
maybe have more attachment to, just because like
Yeah.
I think I saw that when I was younger. But like, yeah, this movie's great. Literally the only thing that anyone so far has said that I disagreed with was the Macaulay Culkin, and this doesn't feel annoying because I hate children. But otherwise, it's fine.
A little bit of a bias, I guess, from that, but okay.
I do. I hate children. I think he's annoying. But like not in a terrible like he's as far as children actors go, I think he's definitely on like the upper scale for sure.
And to be fair, at the beginning of the film, he is meant to be annoying. Like he's a
Yeah,
smart ass
exactly.
that like gets in people's way, and he gets grounded right before a family trip. It's
He's a little
that
jerk.
element is there.
Yeah.
Daniel, it sounds like you should watch My Girl. Seems like you'd really like it.
Is it the one where he dies of bee sting? Or does the girl die of bee sting?
No, it's him.
Oh.
You're thinking of Richie Rich.
Yeah, that's
Is
he
Richie
also
Rich is
Richie
where
Rich?
he kills people with bees.
Oh,
Oh.
Jesus.
Yes.
Well, let's get into the plot here. The family is preparing to spend Christmas in Paris. Who spends Christmas in Paris? Anybody?
Is this a stand-up routine?
Wait, yeah.
Well,
only
it sounds
this
like it.
only this family, who they must be one of the richest families in America, to have that house and then go to Paris, France.
Yeah, he pays for the whole family. 7, 14. Like that's a lot of plane tickets to fucking buy to
Oh
fly
my
people to
God.
Paris.
Yeah, and then buy 10 large pizzas for everybody.
Oh my goodness.
I actually thought
Imagine
those
that.
pizzas were overpriced, especially for the time, because he said it was like $12 per pizza,
Yeah.
and one of them was just cheese. Like, what are we doing?
That's
10
Kevin's
pizzas
favorite.
times 12 bucks.
Allegedly, one of them was cheese. There's a chance they didn't order Kevin a cheese pizza, and Buzz was just an asshole.
Well, he might have to
never-
barf it all up. We'll
Yeah.
never know.
We'll have to
But-
run the science on his puke to find out.
Yeah,
But,
so
yeah.
it was about $12.25 after tax for each pizza.
That's
Damn.
insane, right? Like for 1990, I wouldn't pay that for a pizza right now, unless it was
Well-
like decked out.
Well, I mean, if you were
Like
to
the
go
halls.
to a food delivery app or like a pizza app, like a
Pizza
big
app.
chain,
I love my pizza app.
we're not sponsored. I'm trying not to
Big
say
chain
any
pizza.
name. Yeah, if you go to bigchainpizza.com and order just like a large make your own pie with like 2 toppings, right? You're already at $15, like legitimately.
Yeah,
Wow.
true.
I had pizza today.
Yeah.
'Cause
Pizza
I'm a-
expert.
Yeah.
But what about 2 decades ago? You know what I mean? Or 3 decades ago?
It has to be
that-
cheaper.
Had to have been, right?
Inflation.
Money was worth more then.
Yeah, but they live in Chicago.
Ah,
Chicago pizza. 10 Chicago deep dish pizzas.
Those
Damn.
were not deep dish though. They got big flat pizzas. Where are they getting? Wait a minute.
Well, he sat on the
Ooh.
pizzas that made them not so deep.
Oh, like Hagrid and the cake.
Maybe they
Yeah.
were from Small Caesaros. You know what I mean?
It's topical because of Chris Columbus.
Ah.
Well, Kevin, they're all getting ready, it's the last night before the trip. Throughout the whole scenes, Kevin has been ridiculed by his siblings and his cousins. What do you guys thoughts about that? They're kind of hurtful.
Kevin, you're such a disease.
Damn.
Yeah,
Like,
you're what the
the
French
hell?
call les incompetents.
I still quote that often.
I believe it.
Les incompetents.
What? That's what Kevin says. He doesn't get it. He's not French yet.
Hack.
Not
with
yet.
What do you mean
suitcase.
French? What do you mean yet? When's he French?
He never gets to be French.
Is that
Yeah.
the third one that I didn't see?
No,
Where it's
Oh,
not Macaulay
It's a
Culkin
different
anymore?
person.
That's
no,
got
once,
Scarlett Johansson in it.
once
Yes.
we
Is
it
lose
really?
Mac, I'm not watching them.
Well, they're all having pizza, and you see Kevin, kind of ruined the family dinner. He kind of had a scruffle with Buzz, and I don't know about you guys. If you guys had brothers, I was like Kevin to my big brother. I just want to,
Eat
I-
pizza.
no, eat pizza, but like when he's trying to, you know,
So you ruined the family dinner?
Abrar,
Ah.
he wanted that big New York slice. Abrar. He loves Samaro. He
You
saw his brother just calmly enjoying his own meal, and Abrar just went for him right there on Christmas
You went-
Eve. And
you went-
oh
you went
boy,
crazy, and you spilled the milk all over the passports, and your cousin got squished by your uncle's chair.
yeah.
honestly, that scene is like a horror scene. I mean, a lot of things was happening.
Yeah,
No,
that's true.
the horror scene is when little Kieran Culkin looks right at the camera and smiles, knowing he's gonna pee the
He's gonna
bed.
piss.
He's gonna like it.
everywhere.
It's not a new joke. People have said it for a while. Like, that kid doesn't just pee the bed; he fucking loves peeing the bed.
He
You look at that guy;
loves
he's
it.
like, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm doing it on purpose, and I'm gonna get you.
Definitely. But before that all that happened, yeah, go ahead.
That scene, I didn't remember it being that like, not, I don't want to say violent, but that like uproarious, ruckus. I don't know. I was watching that scene and I was like, you know what? Actually, I would not mind these people getting robbed. These people suck ass.
Damn.
I was like, maybe we
Daniel
should root for
witnesses
Joe
a
Pesci.
family meal and it's like, fuck these people.
I hated that family.
Yeah,
I
no,
really did.
I've had
I was-
dinner with your family, and it was kind of like this.
Yeah, but there were only 5 of us, so it was less.
Remember, go ahead.
No, you.
I was gonna say there was a cop in the building just asking like, "Hey, you guys checking around? Check everything's okay." Of course, we know that would be Harry later on, but my when I'm talking to people about Home Alone, people are like, "What? That was the bad guy? The cop was the bad guy?" I'm like, "Do you
Did it-
not watch the film?"
They
Yeah,
didn't
you should.
realize that Joe Pesci was Joe Pesci.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't realize it was the Joker without his
He's
makeup on. either.
Literally a master of disguise. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
It stems from that thing from people they watch it as a kid and they just
Yeah.
absorb all the information at once and then they never like think about it critically ever until
Yeah.
one day they're watching it and they're like, I'm actually gonna pay attention and not just listen to the lines. and then they see his tooth and they go, "Wait a minute, this was a
Wait a
setup for the whole
minute.
movie."
This was
Yeah.
the movie.
Also,
To
if
me,
you look,
what
go ahead.
I was gonna say, what kind of messes me up in that scene is that the pizza guy, door is open, he just walks on in and then closes the door behind him. He's just in the house now.
Pizza's here, pizza party.
If a pizza guy does that nowadays to like at my house, like I'm coming correct, I'm ready to fight. That guy, he's not getting out.
Well, if you notice on Harry's hat, it doesn't say police. It says Bowlies with a B.
Is that you think he was like he made it himself and he was like he and no one will notice?
Maybe he just
Maybe
no,
Marv
maybe.
made it.
Oh yeah,
maybe
Marv.
Marv just can't spell. Oh, maybe he got it from the same like toy warehouse from Jingle All the Way with all the Santas.
Whoa, hey,
Ooh.
that's some foreshadowing.
If we
Oh.
watch that, Abrar, and then the little badge that Arnold uses says Bo Lease on it, imagine how freaky that would be.
I'll be like Kevin's brother.
Which one?
I'm gonna pee him to
He'll
bed.
look at me and say, "You're such a disease."
No. I'm gonna look at the
He's gonna say, "I'm
camera.
gonna
And
feed you to my tarantula."
He didn't say that. Kevin
Yeah.
made that up.
Kevin was thinking that. Yeah.
He was thinking of a different time. It just didn't happen to see it in the movie. Also, it was his cousin in the film, but brother in real life. That's a distinction you have to
Oh.
make.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
So,
But
you're not gonna call me a disease. You're gonna kill me with a chair.
yeah.
That's terrible. Why would you say that?
Well, so Kevin messed up the dinner, and then the mom told him to sleep in the attic. And Kevin said, I wish I never had a family. And the mom said, I wish you really didn't say that. And then Kevin said,
You're gonna be sorry when I leave you behind.
yeah. So he went upstairs, was overnight, and then some magical reason, just like in Jack Frost, a mystical weather change happened, and the lights went out. So that means the clock alarms went off too. The next thing you know, they're late for the airport.
It is really fun in this opening part of the movie, just seeing every little step of the way, any contingency, any question that could be asked, like, well, why didn't they? Whatever. It's all counted for. His passport and ticket gets like milk spilled on it, so it accidentally gets thrown away. The alarm clocks, so they're all in a hurry. As they're leaving, like the guy doing the power, he's like, "Oh, the phone lines might still be down. They can't even call him."
Yeah, there's so much. It really kind of annoys me. I get it's all jokey, but people will be like, "Why didn't Kevin just call the police?" Meanwhile, the setup of the film we just discussed with Joe Pesci is sort of like showing that he doesn't trust the police. That he
Yeah,
got a
that
bad
too.
vibe from him. He's a child, and then yeah, the phone lines and everything. Like there's so much that's built into the movie that, like you said, sets up this idea of the perfect storm. Sort of a winter storm. And
Yeah.
I like that it is sort of a magical event. It's like they don't play it up like you mentioned Jack Frost. It's not like a purely mystical sort of actual supernatural event, but it is sort of implied like Christmas magic
Yeah.
Yeah.
creates this scenario. And I like that they don't play into it too much, but like the John Williams music swelling and yeah,
Yeah.
the all about it. It's great.
Not to mention going along with why didn't Kevin call the police? Why would he want to call the police? He got what he wished for.
Yeah.
He was like, I can handle it by myself. He's going grocery shopping. He doesn't think he's in trouble. The only time he's scared is when he sees his creepy neighbor. And then he's like, the robbers, he's like, well, I'll just take care of it. I'll get them.
I'll get him. I'm the
It's
man
his
of the
house.
house. I'm not afraid anymore.
Yeah. I'm not afraid anymore. Ah!
Oh,
So that's
I would have
him.
loved for him to have been clotheslined on that street. That would have been so good.
Why?
I'm
You
not
really
afraid
don't like
anymore.
Kevin?
And then someone just drop kicks this child.
Man, you really don't like Kevin.
No, I just don't like kids.
He's just a big avid fan of child abuse.
Yeah.
Daniel's a
I
buzz
think more
guy.
kids should be beaten.
Yes, was.
Well, we see Kevin home alone. He's having the best time of his life. He's eating ice cream. He's just running around, going crazy up and down the stairs.
Just running and screaming.
Yeah, I always laugh at that part. Like, if I was home alone, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you would and you have. Don't lie.
I mean, I'm not flinging my arms around like But
I can imagine that pretty easily, Abrar. This whole sort
okay.
of scenario, the Kevin McAllister character, I could very much see you reenacting. Like if we could do like a Super Bowl-esque sort of, scene for scene reshoot with you in the home, I would absolutely be down for that. I think it works, in ways we can't describe.
Do you
No,
think the house they filmed this in still exists?
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, just a couple years ago, it got sold for a crazy amount of money.
I mean, it's a big
$1
ass
trillion.
house, so that makes sense.
I went to Chicago for a trip, and I went to the house. It was pretty far out from like the city of Chicago.
That's right. You showed me this picture.
Yes, I showed you.
I've seen this.
The house wasn't that big actually. It was pretty small. So movie magic, they made it really big.
Wow,
But yeah,
that's
it
why
was.
the budget was so small.
That's why. Yeah. That,
Did you go
actually,
across
that
the
makes
street and
sense.
see if that little dickhead still lived there?
I should have.
What?
But
The kid who gets counted instead of Kevin.
yes.
Oh.
So, yes, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
The one who demands a souvenir. He doesn't even live with his
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
And like clearly no one there likes him.
I was wondering in the whole movie, like, shouldn't that neighbor like visit Kevin or the house?
No,
Later
because
on.
he also said that they were going out of town. He was saying they were
Oh,
going to
okay,
like
okay.
Hoboken or some nowhere, and he's like, "Why do you guys go to Paris or something?" I forget where
Well,
he
yeah,
said he was going.
They get to stab the whole neighborhood is practically like moving out. That's why
Right.
the
Yeah.
wet bandits move in. And that's the Silver Donut. Like we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. But yeah, so where am I? So Kevin becomes frightened about the old man Marley. Well, yeah. Any thoughts on Marley?
It's old and scary.
He's my
for-
favorite character in this.
Mine
Because he looks
too.
like you.
Oh,
He's
What are you trying to say?
oh,
He's
Well-
old and scary until he's old and sweet.
yes.
Yeah, like Daniel.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm truly the Sour Patch Kid of real life.
Yeah. You'd help Abrar if he was, being attacked and he was hung up on a door. Spoilers.
Yeah,
we'll get to
I
it.
would show up with something more useful than a snow shovel, though.
Oh, well, okay, fair enough.
Well,
My body's a weapon.
well, Kevin's home is soon to be targeted by the Wet Bandits, Harry and Marv. The pair of burglars who are been breaking into other vacant houses in the neighborhood. Kevin tricks them into thinking that his family is still at home.
Great scene. I love it.
has Daniel Stern ever had a better role than Marv?
I don't
No?
think so.
It's the role he was born to play.
I don't know him from anything else, so I have to agree with you.
Is he in another Christmas movie?
He is. Do you want to take a guess at what it was?
I wanna say it's A Christmas Story 2, am I right?
That is exactly correct.
Oh my god.
He replaced
the
the
dad?
dad.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why I remembered that, and you clearly can feel it.
You remember it, so I don't have to. That's why you remember it.
Uh-oh.
God, you're totally right. That is actually the right answer. Oh no.
That's the only thing he's
Abrar,
been.
please continue.
Okay. So, meanwhile, the whole family going to Paris in the airplane. The mom was like, was asking John Hurd, or what's his name, Peter. Did we forget anything? And John said like, but I don't think so. Maybe the garage. Like, oh, it must
Yeah,
be the garage.
He says they left the garage open, which they did.
They did, that's
They
true.
did.
The cars are still here.
Continuity.
That means they can't be at the airport. Yeah.
Did you also just make the face he made right now?
Yeah, I did. I did it, and that's why I said yeah, because there was no way that convey be going hot with his mouth open.
But also, should Kevin like understand about like bus shuttles? Like, is that a thing for him, or does he not know about that?
No. That's
He
why
was
he
like-
says that.
He was 7, right? And,
Yeah.
And like they didn't tell him anything. They locked him in the attic. They didn't even like him.
The third floor.
I think it's entirely possible that Catherine O'Hara's character told him at some point, and then he just didn't listen because he doesn't seem to be good at that.
Yeah, he doesn't really care. He's selfish. That's why he wants the house to himself, and he doesn't like his family.
He was playing with his micro machines and he wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Well, soon later, the mom said, "Kevin, we're missing Kevin." The family discovers that all flights for the next 2 days are booked, and that the phone lines are still uh, down in Chicago. So Peter and the rest of the family stay in his brother's apartment in Paris, while Kate is fearing for Kevin's safety and to get a flight back to Pennsylvania. What's your thoughts on the whole scene of that, of like, of them panicking?
Um, uh, this is really where Uncle Frank shines in this movie.
Oh yeah.
That in your purse. Put that in your purse.
Yeah, that's so great. Like they kind of just like watching the background kind of moment. It's perfect.
Stealing the silverware, and then she's had like a panic attack. She left her 7-year-old son back in Chicago. They're almost in Paris, and he says, "If it makes you feel any better, I forgot my reading glasses."
So quotable. Yeah, there's so much just like little gems scattered across the entire film. But yeah, having that sort of I guess it brings all the sort of best and worst elements of having family for the holidays, right? We sort of described the chaotic scene at dinner, but you've got that kind of uncle character, whether it's your literal uncle or whatever, where it's just you want to strangle them, but they're family, and that's just what this is. This this asshole, this cheapskate, if you will, in later films.
I mean, this movie is very relatable because big families, as you say, everyone has big families, cousins, siblings, aunts, uncles. It's a big family, and I think that's why this movie holds up as a classic.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's fair. It brings a lot of elements of the holidays, whether
Yeah,
it's the big family or being alone, we get that with the Marley character, sort of being I guess there's that sort of elements of like trying to get things tied together, amending broken elements. So I guess that's also part of it is that it has a lot of different Christmas elements that all work together.
definitely, definitely. Also in the scene where the mom Kate was calling the police in Chicago, and that guy's donut fell on the phone.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes, it did.
It
Is that your
did,
favorite
and
moment?
yeah, I mean, I don't think I don't think that was like on purpose. I think that was by accident, and they kept it in. That was really great.
What's
I
that guy's
agree.
name? He's in a lot of stuff.
I've seen him somewhere.
He was on Breaking Bad. He was on Seinfeld.
Yeah, he's like a
Um,
character actor.
yeah, he's really funny.
Yeah. But yeah, so where are we in the story? So she she tries to find a flight to Chicago, but all the flights are booked, and she overheard Gus Polisky, aka John Cena, no, John Candy, the lead member of the traveling polka band. Polka. What do you guys thoughts about the polka guy?
Well, I think you skipped forward quite a bit,
We're
but
here already?
I think I did.
yeah, I think you skipped forward like 30 to 45 minutes. But I like him. I like John Candy. Like hot take, I think he's really funny.
John Candy is welcome in any movie he shows up in. It's always happy to see him.
We completely skipped like Angels with Filthy Souls,
Yeah,
like
let's go back to that.
let's talk the whole like iconic element of the movie is we got little Kevy watching some movies that he shouldn't be watching, and it sort of startles him, right? He sees something that he shouldn't see, and it's like the first sort of realization of maybe he's in over his head, and he does need this stuff. This comes way before the realization that they forgot Kevin, and we didn't even talk about it. What kind of recap is this? If you're not even going to talk about, you know, keep the change, you filthy animal. You're not even gonna talk about that?
Let's get into that. I kind of like scroll my mouse down and I went to that, so I apologize. So, but let's go back to where we first encounter Kevin and Marv and Harry. Uh, he was scared. If you guys remember, when they're trying to break in, he's trying to open the lights to see someone's home, and then they think like, "Oh, I thought they left. The family left." But like, all right, let's get out. And Kevin is scared. Kevin is hiding under his bed. Uh,
He turned the light on.
He did.
And they got spooky.
Yeah. He did do that. You know, he was also scared when he almost gets hit by that fucking van. That's a really funny shot. Is just little McClunky Culkin just like standing in front of the van with his mouth wide open. It's perfect.
I mean, that's
Perfect
pretty.
comedy freeze.
That is really close to his face. I wonder if they practiced that a lot.
Actually, we just learned recently in a Red Letter Media video that Macaulay Culkin was on how they did that. They just filmed it in reverse.
Movie magic.
So he's
Did they?
standing there with his mouth open, and then they reverse the van. They don't actually almost run over the small child.
Oh.
Like
Well,
Chris
that's pretty good
Columbus.
editing.
Wow.
I don't know if you were actually going to go back to Angels with Filthy Souls at all, but I had some trivia about that.
Go ahead.
I was watching, well, many movies, as I do. I watched many movies this year, and I was watching one, not Christmas related, not Home Alone related whatsoever, and there's a television playing Angels with Filthy Souls on it. Do you know what movie that was? Does anybody remember? I'm sure you've all seen it.
Give me a hint.
It was somewhat recent, and it is like a kids movie. Not like a kid movie, but it's kind of targeted towards kids.
Wonka?
That's not. No, is that even out now?
It came out today.
Well, no, that's not it.
All right. What is it?
It was Detective Pikachu.
Oh,
Weird.
Oh, that explains why I don't remember it. I knew
There's
that this was a fact, but I didn't remember the movie. But that
there's-
explains why.
There's a part where our main guy's coming into a house, and the fake movie from Home Alone is playing in that world, which is a world of other intellectual property, which is so weird.
I mean, it's not real, so they can use it.
I don't think that's how that works.
That's not. I think you ignored everything I just said. It's weird.
Are you sure he wasn't just watching Home Alone?
Yeah, he
Could have
wasn't.
been.
It
Oh,
was like a YouTube bootleg. It was like zoomed in on the,
Yeah,
the thing to
'cause-
avoid
'cause-
copyright.
Because it didn't show Kevin hiding after he shot the guy. Didn't show Kevin
Well.
taking the free pizza that he stole.
Okay,
Kevin's
well,
a
there you go.
delinquent.
Yeah,
No, didn't he pay for? He just didn't tip well. He paid for the pizza
he paid for it.
because he's like cheapskate, and then he plays the bit where he shoots the gun.
All right, Daniel got me. I'm a fake fan.
yeah, he's never seen it.
I didn't.
Well, because I
even-
remember at that and the when he's buying groceries, and I was like, how much money was in Buzz's stupid tin can?
There's
up
a
on the
lot.
top shelf that he could never reach because he's not that much taller. Like, how does his ass get up there? Not only is he
understood what
not that much
ladders
taller, but
were.
he's also fat. So, like, what's he doing?
Also,
I-
Have you seen that guy's Wikipedia picture? You should go look at it.
Oh, I saw
jeez.
it.
the
should
funny
look at it
part
and
is
like-
where Kevin was trying to get up to the shelves, and then it just started crashing down.
Yeah.
I thought I don't.
So you
Dude, that looked
also
like a
like
dummy.
watching children get hurt.
No,
Good to
no,
know.
no.
It's good.
I just thought that scene was like, damn, man, he got broken to a piece.
Oh,
I really
It's a-
thought he was gonna be like hurt in some way, and he was gonna have to take care of it.
It's-
Because like, outside of a movie, there's no way that fall happens and no one gets hurt.
it
It's
says
a tease
Buzz
for
was
the
in.
slapstick.
It says
Yeah.
Buzz was in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh,
That's what it says.
that's who.
Uh,
Yeah, who?
the local pedestrian population. That's a
That
big
doesn't.
role.
Okay. All
That's
right.
a lot of
Whoa.
roles.
That's a lot of people.
That's a
Whoa.
big- that's a big guy.
Whoa.
Good for him.
Wow. Wow. Did any of you guys see the last Home Alone that was on Disney Plus? Home
No
Sweet
s-
Home Alone?
No siree.
I saw 5 minutes. I couldn't watch it.
That's very, very fair. Obviously, Buzz is in that film as if to attempt to make the set in the same universe, and it's probably one of the most embarrassing sort of cameos I've ever seen in a movie.
Oh,
The whole movie's quite bad. But yeah, having him in it as they're sort of like, look who we got. It's very pathetic. So
That's
yeah,
their
that's where he went.
that's their No Way Home. Tobey Maguire comes through the portal moment. It's Buzz McAllister.
Yeah, that's all they could muster. It was very strange.
I bet he'd
Dang.
like some mustard.
um,
I'm sorry, guy.
Mustard McAllister, as they
I'm
called him.
I'm sorry, Devin Rattray.
He has a famous way of eating hot dogs. Like, it's not called a buzz dog. He just sprays mustard all over it and just swallows it in one gulp.
This is our most unhinged episode of the podcast, and I apologize for it profusely.
You know what? While we're off the rails, let me just also say I just looked up Home Sweet Home Alone that I've never heard about before at all, and I'm not going to watch it. But I just found out that what's her name? Oh my god, how do you pronounce her first name? Aisling B, like the Irish comedian, isn't it? And that's really cool. I like her a lot. It
Kenan
like makes me
Thompson's in
want to
it.
watch a trailer for it and see if she says anything funny in it.
I don't
Probably
think
not.
so.
No.
But let's get back to where Kevin was, fooling around. So he
Wait, no. One more thing. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Home Sweet Home Alone. Anthony, you said you watched it.
Yeah.
The cast here says that this guy plays Santa Claus. Is it the real Santa Claus?
Who plays Santa Claus?
Some guy. He doesn't even have a Wikipedia link.
I don't remember Santa Claus being in the movie.
It says Nick Allen as Santa Claus. It doesn't say Mall Santa. It doesn't say. It just says Santa Claus.
There's no Santa Claus in the film. There's a part where the kid gets into a BMW and watches Looney Tunes, but there's no Santa Claus. I did a commentary for this movie with my friend Kirk Beatty, Shades at Night. I recommend you go check out the video after you listen to this wonderful podcast that you're enjoying right now, and just to see the horror that is Home Alone 6.
Oh,
But
God.
let's get Home
Does
Alone
it count
1.
as Home Alone 6?
Well, when there's 5 other films, yeah.
Well, but like, it's not a sequel, is it?
It's a sequel to
This
the Home Alone
movie-
franchise,
Buzz
yeah.
McAllister's in it. We just said that.
What does he play? But it doesn't matter. Anyway,
He's got a big hot
Do
dog.
you want me to explain the scene? So
No.
he plays a cop that gets a call to go to this house, and he thinks that it's a prank from Kevin. In the universe, apparently Kevin
Okay.
prank calls the police station that Buzz works at every year to say, "Oh, there's this kid that's home alone. You need to check on him." And so when he goes this year, he's like, "Must be my damn brother, Kevin
Must be
McAllister.
My
I'm not
dumb
checking in on this
brother.
kid."
So he's the guy in this movie that drops the donut on the phone. Does he drop his hot dog on the phone?
He drops his pants. No, he doesn't do anything.
Canceled. Cancel him.
Yeah, no, it's he says nothing funny and leaves the film. It's quite unfortunate for everyone involved.
Damn.
Alright,
But
where were we?
we are. I'm traveling back. I'm going back to where Kevin was, having fun. He went to a local grocery store and he asked the lady, "Is this toothbrush ADA approved?" And cashier and the other guys are like, "Man, I don't know." And then he got scared. He got spooked by Marley. He was in the store.
And now we're about to talk about the real hero of the movie.
Yes, the clerk, the worker. You see him.
Jimmy. Shout
Yes,
out Jimmy.
Jimmy was whining back here, like, "All right, let me go get him." And he
She
chased
points
him.
and says, "Jimmy, kill that boy."
Jimmy,
He gets ready.
destroy.
What does Jimmy say?
He didn't say anything.
He
He says-
immediately outsources his job to somebody else.
He goes,
says,
"Hey,
"I'm gonna wreck it."
shoplifter!" And then the guy gets ready to kill him.
That's true. The cop pulls his gun out.
Yeah, and the whimsical John Williams music plays while Kevin flees the gunfire.
What a good movie.
I just thought, like, why you want to know that? Like, why he wants the approval of the ADA approval? Just get
Because
the
he's a
toothbrush.
kid.
Dude.
I mean,
He's trying to be like an adult. He's by himself. He's got to live like an adult. He needs good teeth.
if
True.
I was 7, I wouldn't ask that.
Well,
Was this
you were-
after he ate like 1 million pounds of ice cream?
was this after you ate 5 fish fillets? What are you talking about? You wouldn't ask that. Of course you wouldn't. You were never left home alone.
Yeah. But yeah, so he stole this toothbrush and he feels bad. I think.
He's a criminal.
He could have
He
just
is.
dropped it.
He
Son, you
could've.
need to pay for that. Like, I need to get away from this guy that I think's gonna kill me. Just drop the toothbrush, kid.
He's scared. He couldn't think critically like that.
See,
He
that's where
thinks
he messed up.
Yeah, he thinks Marley is a killer. He's a serial killer.
Yeah.
But he's a Buzz.
You're right.
Um,
I'm sorry.
All right, it's all right. But of course we do get that iconic scene in the whole movie where everyone knows about, where he is um, grooming himself in the bathroom. He puts his deodorant. He said he uses his what was it? He cleaned his belly button, and
Yeah.
then he puts the aftershave, and then he screams.
So
Yeah,
maybe you're about to ask the same thing. Did aftershave used to burn?
they always burn.
I've
Well-
never put on aftershave that burned.
Well, the thing is, right? Aftershave only actually burns if you put it on after you've shaved, because
Yeah.
there's little scratches on your face and it's alcohol. So it's like
Ye-
putting Purell on it. So
Sure.
no, if he just put it on his face for fun, it wouldn't have felt like anything.
But I've also never. Maybe I'm just better at shaving than 7-year-old Macaulay Culkin. I've never.
I
I've
mean-
never burned my face.
I mean, if you put like cologne in your neck and after you shave, that would hurt a lot. And I always do it.
He
All right.
likes the pain.
Stop doing it.
I had to put the cologne. I gotta smell good.
He's
No,
got to
you
smell
don't.
good.
You don't need cologne.
But yeah, so let's get into the business. We see Harry and Marv after he was almost got rammed. Not rammed. Kevin almost got ran over by the car.
Keep going. Keep going.
He almost got ran over the car, and then he's walking away, and then Marv and Harry are like, is that kid familiar? He's like, I don't know. He's like, why you look at me? That's so funny. And they're just trying to follow him. And then Kevin looks back, and then they're like looking around, whistling. Woo! Usually, as a common thing for criminals,
To whistle at little boys.
yeah. But then Kevin runs for it, and then he hides in front of the church, and he kind of looks like a Jedi. I don't know if you guys saw that.
When he's in the nativity scene, he looks like a Jedi.
Because he has
Yeah.
a robe on.
Well, Jesus
Yeah.
was the first Jedi, so you're right.
Thank you.
The spirit of Christmas is the Force.
But yeah, after that scene, he realized, I gotta go home and prepare for them because he overheard them saying that they're gonna come at his house at 9. Is it 9 p.m. or 8 p.m.?
9.
9 p.m. And he's like, all right, I'll prepare for them. What are your guys' thoughts on the whole of them interacting with each other, Kevin and then the burglars?
Well, I really like the part that we accidentally skipped where where dumb cop thinks that there's been a murder in the house. And so they're like, let's wait and see who did the murder so that if the cops ask us, we can narc on them.
That's true.
Oh yeah, when he plays the thing. Snakes. Where do I know that name? Snakes.
I don't
Sounds
know
like a
snakes.
snake.
Did we also skip the part where he actually goes grocery shopping and they get the shot of both bags ripping at the same time? How'd they do that?
We skipped
I
a
don't-
lot. Let's just go to the ending.
Abrar, this is out of control, man.
Go to the finish.
And it's only entirely our faults.
No.
I'll take
But
the
It's
responsibility
been
on this
downhill
one.
since McClunky Cookin.
Yeah, that one really threw us.
How do you say his name?
No.
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin. Okay.
There you go.
You got it.
Thank you. But yeah, so we realized, let's just skip it. To where everyone knows about this movie. So
When
Kevin,
he makes the mac and cheese and doesn't eat it.
Oh my
Well,
fucking god. I
before-
hate that part so much. No, we're
before-
at it now. No,
before we-
we're gonna talk about it now.
no. Before we do that, because there's a big thing that happened before that.
The
right.
redemption of the serial killer.
Yes. So Kevin, he went to the church, because he's feeling lonely, but he's seeing other family members, a lot of families spending time with each other. So he went to the church and he found Marley, and he got spooked. But then Marley came by to him. He's like, "Hey, can I sit here?" And then they had this whole spiel about being with your family, and then Kevin's asking about Marley's son, like, "Hey, why you don't talk to him?" He's like, "Maybe I'm afraid." But it was a sweet moment. What do you guys thought about that whole church scene?
This is like my
Well-
favorite scene of the movie.
Yeah, the church. It's like the heart of the entire film.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying that the not serial killer neighbor is my favorite, probably my favorite character, because that scene in the bit where he's like hugging his grandkid at the end, I was like, this is a good movie. I like this movie. It's really good. Like those are my absolute favorite parts. I love the heart of this movie.
It's a
Some of
good
the
feeling.
comedy doesn't really like hold up super great for me, but
Like
that,
what? I'm challenging you. Like what? Flag on the play.
Whenever he
I
says
just-
nice shoes to the girl dressed as an elf, he doesn't like that. He hates it.
Yeah, I love elf shoes. No, I just like I don't know, like pratfalls and stuff just don't do it for me as an adult, I guess. And this movie
Jesus,
is a
so
lot
like
of
the whole ending
pratfalls.
of the film doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, like it's still funny in that, like, oh, there goes Joe
No,
Pesci. But,
it's
like,
okay to like a movie and then not care about the final fight.
Yeah,
The final
Like,
fight.
I mean, I like the
final
movie.
fight scene.
The final
As a-
fight, the
As a
boss.
as a kid, when I was watching this movie all the time, I always care about the ending, like you said, the traps. But now rewatching this movie, that church scene was the whole thing for me. I mean, as an adult now, it's like that's the perfect moment.
Yeah, it
Great.
is really sweet.
But yeah, he said, don't be afraid. Just call your son. Just if you'll know, he'll if he doesn't want to talk to you or he wants to talk to you, just you got to do it. He's like, all
This
right.
this would have been the point where Kevin should have said, "By the way, now that we're friends, my house is going to be broken into, and these guys are going to try to kidnap and kill me. You should kill them first."
Yeah.
And then he would have been like, "I got my shovel.
Hey, if you are a serial killer, I have
Now
two
is the
people
time.
that you could serial kill.
Let them fight."
Well, when Kevin is like, all right, let's go home, and then John Williams' score begins panicking, boom, 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 when he starts running out of the church. I thought that was a great scene, and then he starts preparing at home all the booby traps, or aka the jigsaw traps. And
Such good music. Oh, it's so good.
it's great.
There is that one trap.
Which one?
Okay, the one where it's like I think it's a shingle that he puts a nail through. That happened, and I was thinking of. I know that at least two of you will remember this because you just did all the Saw movies. But the one where like the cop falls through the stairs and breaks both his legs real hard.
I saw
There-
too.
Yeah.
For some reason, it made me think of that, even though he only put like the absolute bare millimeter of nail into his foot.
It is a funny sort of setup, yeah, because he has like the sticky like tar, so he's like forced to remove
Yeah.
his articles of clothing, which makes that happen. That is the most sort of like planned out jigsaw moment.
Yeah. Kevin's
Blowtorch.
got some issues, some deep-seated issues.
He does, especially with the macaroni. Any thoughts about the
All
macaroni?
right, now let's talk about it.
Let's
Let's
go
talk
back
about
to the macaroni. It's important.
Pisses me off so much whenever I would see the scene as a kid. I love macaroni and cheese. I could eat that as just a meal whenever I want. And so it's just so unsatisfying to see that just sitting there. I felt so sad. It's the saddest part of the whole movie.
It's because not only does he just we see him buy it earlier in the film.
Mm-hmm.
We see him like make it. He sets like he's got his like milk, and he's sitting down, and he's like, "All right, this is my Christmas dinner," and then nope, it's all gone to shit.
He was gonna eat it with a knife and a fork.
He's
Yeah.
being an adult, Abrar.
With macaroni?
He's being an
Yeah.
adult.
With a knife?
You can scoop macaroni onto a fork with a knife. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying you could.
All right.
Do you know those people who eat mac and cheese with a spoon?
Oh, I don't know those people.
That's crazy, right?
Kind of crazy.
I typically tend to use forks instead of spoons. I mean, spoons for soup and cereal and ice cream, but fork for I don't know.
what about
Whatever's
for-
available.
Don't you use
Yeah.
spoons for rice?
It's. I mean,
No.
I guess. I mean, you could, but I wouldn't.
I mean, really, Anthony is right. I'll use my fucking hands if I have to.
Mac and cheese. If it's good, it's good.
Just
It's
slam
good.
my face into it.
Well, he saw his China tower. No, his clock tower, and it's like 9 p.m. And then he, in his famous line, he says, "What did you say?" He said,
His China tower.
Wait,
his
what?
China, his China. You know the thing.
What?
He's talking about the grandfather clock. He's trying
Yes,
to.
thank you.
A China tower?
Sorry,
Tower?
I was thinking Macaulay Culkin. Sorry, I was getting confused there. But all right, so
I'm Google searching China Tower right now to see what comes up.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
it's a
show, like,
building.
some
It's a building in China. That's it.
there we go. But he's in his kitchen, and then Harry and Marv, they're like, all right, we know you're in there and you're all alone. And he
You didn't
puts
even
his.
quote the iconic quote line. You brought it up and then you didn't even get to say
I
it.
forgot the line. What do you say?
This is it. Don't get scared now. When
There
he
you go.
cocks the shotgun, which I guess real quick. What's everyone's favorite trap? Daniel, you had mentioned the nail in the foot as the most sadistic.
That's
I
that's the
I
spookiest.
I like when sort of Marv just sticks his head through the doggy door and Kevin just shoots him in the face. I love the
Yeah.
way he says hello. It's great. What a trap! Shot him in the face.
He did it slowly
think-
too.
I think actually my favorite. So I think my actual favorite is the blowtorch door
Mm,
because all I could think when that was happening is Joe Pesci is like a foot and a half shorter, and so if it had been the other way around, that dude would have lost his face.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So Joe Pesci is the one that stumbles into like all the really constructed stuff, like the heated up doorknob that burns his hands and the blowtorch and a lot of like what Marv Daniel Stern is going through is he's just stepping on shit that's in the way. He
Pain.
finally decides to go through the window and he's stepping on ornaments and kill
He
that
al-
kid.
He also got hit in the face with the iron.
Yeah.
He did, which that's a concussion if I've ever seen one. Also,
Yeah,
it hit him
he's
like on
not
the bridge of the
wrestling.
nose. Like it should have broken his nose 100%.
Oh well. Watch Home Alone 2 where he turned into a skeleton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think as a child with arachnophobia, the spider is
Yeah.
what stands out to me. I mean, it's really
Brilliant
simple. You
scream.
just put a spider on his face, and
Spider on face.
he does one of probably the best screams in all of cinema.
It's
Fantastic. Yeah.
It's literally not even like a slow build. It's just point blank
Yeah,
scream.
because Kevin wasn't even planning on it. The spider wasn't even part of his
No.
arsenal. He just walked by and he was like, "All right, let me put this
Yeah.
living creature on you."
Yeah.
Because I fell down that YouTube hole of watching like spider videos a couple years ago. And,
Oh.
and so
That's how I cured my arachnophobia.
yeah,
by the
and
way.
so
Oh.
now I was like almost worried for the spider because I was like, I know that tarantulas are soft.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like if that thing falls a foot, it's dead.
They're like water blue. Well, it's probably dead now.
Funny
Well, for sure.
funny fact.
Funny
So
fact.
in that scene
I better laugh.
in that scene.
He's so intimidating.
You slap him.
In that scene where he put the spider in his face, what's his name? Daniel. He did not scream at all. So that was in the after production. So they didn't want
Oh.
to scare the spider. So
That
it was
makes
just
sense.
him. It was just him like non-screaming, but with his mouth open.
They
So-
aired it later. That makes sense.
Yeah, if you watch it without sound, I think that'd be a better scene if he didn't scream.
If he-
Disagree.
If we watched like the raw footage of him like opening his mouth to scream and nothing comes out, that sounds haunting.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Actually, you're right. So that's funny, right?
Yes, it's hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now Kevin is like he's running away from them, and he is ziplining to his treehouse, and he's like, "Are you?" No, I'm sorry. We kind of skipped something where he threw the paint cans to their faces.
Are you
Uh,
thirsty for more?
Yeah, there's for more. Yeah, that scene. Again, concussion as well.
Oh yeah.
So he got into the treehouse, and then
Mark might have
Mark-
CTE.
Oh, he almost certainly does. Was the Wet Bandits' plan to kill him or
Oh,
to
yeah.
kidnap him?
Oh yeah.
Kill.
No, they
You
were
know
gonna
what I mean?
they were gonna bury this little kid.
Because at a certain point, it's like, yeah, he's out of the house. Like, what's he gonna do? We can just take all this stuff. We can just take all this stuff and skip town. We can be gone.
Definitely revenge at that point. They wanted to murder that child.
That's fair.
yeah,
And,
No
and we
further
know you
questions,
did
Your
too.
Honor. I didn't want to kill him, but I would have liked for him to have gotten
I
hurt.
didn't want to kill him, but I would have killed him. Like,
the
given the
opportunity came up.
opportunity, yeah.
Look, if I'm the Wet Bandits and I'm I'm robbing this house and I have been witnessed. That kid's dead. I'm sorry.
I've got no weekend plans, and I'm really game for anything. So
I'm really down for murdering a Culkin.
Which one?
Whichever.
Rory.
I'm not picky.
Sorry, Rory.
I like Rory.
Yeah, what
bet
else
you
was he
do.
in?
He was in Scream.
Other than Signs and other than Scream 4, what else was he in?
He was in Tropic Thunder.
Damn, he is a fan.
No way. Hang on.
So Kevin was in Treehouse, and then Harry and Marv, they're like, "Oh man, we gotta climb to the treehouse." And then I think Marv said,
No, he wasn't.
"Yeah, he wasn't. I know. I know he wasn't in Tropic Thunder, but I gotta say a movie. But yeah, so
I'm leaving
sorry,
this
Skyler.
podcast.
No, don't leave. Don't leave."
You're on
Marv said,
thin ice, pal.
whoa. Marv said, he might call the cops. And then Harry says, from a treehouse?
He's got a good point.
Yeah, I crackled.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. So they started to, go on the zip line, and then he cut it with a bone saw? He cut the rope.
Yeah, Bonesaw showed up and he cut the rope for him.
It was
Bonesaw
hedge
is
clippers, was it
ready.
not?
Yeah, clippers, yeah.
It was
How did you get
Bonesaw.
to bone saw?
He's always thinking about Bonesaw.
He's always ready.
You're going
Bones.
As should
nowhere.
we all be during the holidays.
Always got Macho Man on the brain.
Yep, he's on my tree, my Christmas tree. He's wrapped around it.
Oh, that's good.
As soon Marv and Harry fell down, Kevin starts running to the neighbor's house, and then he got caught by Harry and Marv, and then you guys say it.
Kevin
You guys
didn't
finish
think
it.
anything was up when he was running through the absolute flooded house. He didn't think, maybe not this house.
He was in a hurry.
Yeah, he's scared.
I guess so.
He was in a bind and he was way behind. He was looking to make a deal.
Hey, whoa. You
The
stop that. We're going to get copyright claimed.
Harry and Marv got Kevin, and Harry says like, "Man, I really want to bite your fingers," and then bam, what's his name? Marley.
Who was this guy? What's this fucking crazy old coot? Who is this guy?
Marley hit them with the shovel, bam, bam, and it's like, "All right, kid, let me take you home." And then you see Kevin at home, and you see the wet bandits getting arrested.
Good. I think they were bad guys.
You think they're bad guys, or they were just struggling?
They were
Misunderstood.
going to murder a child, so
They're pretty bad.
probably 50-50.
And they're not struggling because they have a calling card. They're the wet bandits, so they specifically look to like be criminals.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a stage name.
They take pride in being criminals.
Yeah, they leave a
Yeah.
calling
That's
card.
true.
Then they'll get a new one pretty soon.
That is true.
Also, Marv was just being a dick. Like they were in that first house and he's just breaking stuff for fun.
Yeah.
True.
Like he wasn't there because like, oh my kid's gotta have a surgery. No. He was there
Maybe that's
just
the
to
CTE.
make a mess. Maybe.
See, and here, okay, so real quick, Home Sweet Home Alone.
Uh-oh.
The villains in that film are like people that are gonna lose their house during the holidays. And so they want to like sell like a rare doll they have in their collection that they inherited or something, and they think that our Home Alone kid stole that doll. And so that's why they're trying to like break into his house. And so our villains in the movie are Marv and Harry, if you will, are like parents down on their luck trying to like keep their house during the holidays for their kids and everything, but they're still getting like comically beat up. So you're watching these scenes where what's her name, Ellie Kemper, and forget the guy's name, are like
Rob
getting in
Delaney?
comical. Yeah, they're getting in. Wait, no, that's not right, is it?
Isn't that right?
I don't care. So like they're getting comical sort of situations and they're getting beat up, but you're like, I don't want them. Like these guys are bad guys. It's funny that they're getting their heads bashed in and caught on fire and all that. It doesn't work if they're sympathetic villains.
Yeah, you
Because
can't.
then you feel bad.
You can't give heart and sympathy to the people who are gonna burn their faces off.
Yeah, you want to laugh at it.
Makes
Do they
sense.
get redemption in that movie? Are they like, oh, you're not going to jail? I understand what happened. Here, come
Ye-
have mac and cheese with me. Does that happen?
Yeah, it has like a whole like, oh, there was a big misunderstanding kind of ending. Despite the fact that he like shot a pool ball at a guy's head.
Oh, I thought you were saying he shot up somebody.
No, not yet.
Well, that's
Well,
terrible. That sounds like an awful film.
Well, that's an example of where it doesn't work. And here, they had the right idea. Go figure the first time around, and it works a lot better.
I mean, this movie is great. While Kevin is resolving his issues in Chicago, we forgot about the mom. She's traveling. She went to DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, and
As
she
we
was
all do.
asked, yeah,
Big pop. Big local pop.
yeah. She was asking this elderly couple, like, I really need to get to this flight to Skadden, and
She's got loads of earrings, shoebox full of dangly ones.
yes, that was my favorite line from that old man.
Oh, but that wasn't in Dallas. Those people were going to Dallas, but that was still back in like Paris, I think.
Oh, I
Was
take the
it?
pop back.
Because that was the people were going to because remember she goes to Dallas and then she flies from Dallas to like Ohio or something, and they ride from Ohio to Chicago with the polkas. You posted the
Oh,
whole travel itinerary in the.
I did.
Holy shit.
I literally did. Yes, you're right. Yes. So that was in
Scranton,
where the
not
dangling
Ohio.
ones line was where France.
I
Scranton.
don't care.
Well,
No, because it doesn't matter.
yeah. So that's my favorite line from the old guy. So she went to, was it Pennsylvania, and then she met, like I said before, John Candy, Polka Polka, and he said they rented a van and they're gonna go to, I forgot where their destination was, but it was on the way to Chicago, and the whole ride there was this one scene where John Candy was talking about that son at the altar.
What?
What?
He left his son at the funeral parlor.
You feel
he
him
left
partner,
his son
not
at
the
funeral,
altar.
and he's talking about how like
He left his son at the
he
altar.
wouldn't talk for like years or something.
Yeah,
and
he was like,
Catherine
"Oh."
O'Hara's like, "Thanks, you're really not helping."
The line he says is like, but eventually he started talking again. No, it's great. He's fantastic.
He's so
John
good in
Candy?
this. He's
Yes.
got like 2 scenes, and he's one of my favorite characters in this. The worst dad.
But a great uncle.
Best
Oh, there we
Uncle Buck.
go. There we go.
Uncle Buck. Also, Macaulay Culkin was in that film too.
True.
Sorry, say that
That's
again?
why you got Home Alone.
That is true. That is true. Well, the mom is going back home, and then Kevin the next morning, that night, he well, Daniel just posted this on.
I've never done nothing.
You posted I won't say it, but
Picture of Abrar.
Yeah, that's you, Abrar.
that is me. I just say Macaulay Culkin. Kevin cleans up his house after all the traps he did. Crazy overnight.
I guess he does. I never really thought about that. But it's
Yeah.
him with a fucking push broom.
Wait, wait a second. He cleans up everything except for Buzz's room.
Yeah,
Buzz's
he
room
got
is
pretty
still
bothered.
screwed.
He went.
He
probably
just
went to
truly
sleep.
didn't think Buzz was coming back, or
I think he got sleepy. It was overnight.
that's fair.
And then Kevin wakes up. He hears someone in the downstairs, and the mom. Oh, first the mom opened the door, and then Kevin's like, "Who's downstairs?" And then
Who
mom.
is that? Who's that coming in the door right now?
It's the dry bandits.
Oh, I don't like that one.
No, I don't like that. So the mom went to a different room. Kevin went downstairs, went to the other room, the opposite side, and he's like, Kevin's like, "Oh man, no one's here." And then the
They
mom
couldn't find
said,
each other. It's a small
No.
house. They couldn't find each other.
Then the mom says, "Kevin," and then Kevin looked.
He goes,
back
yeah?
No, Kevin looks at her mom. Kevin looks at her mom, and he looks, disappointed because they left him. And then
Shit, the mom finally comes back. His Christmas wish. He asked a Santa Claus for it. He's disappointed. He's like, "Oh, mom."
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that scene. That's another really great scene earlier where he's like, "Hey Santa, hey real Santa, I really want my family back." He knows it's a fake Santa, but he
you're
thinks
right.
he works for the real Santa.
Yes, you're right. Go continue.
It's just a really good scene where he goes up to, because honestly, that guy having a bad day, and he's still just like is there for the kid. And I'm here. I shout out that guy.
He
Yeah,
gives him a
it's-
candy.
Like he's got a
Sometimes-
ticket on his car. He's just finished probably a really long, annoying day at work being a Santa.
Last remaining candy. The elf took all the rest for her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, good comedy punch at the end of the car still not working. They're like, son of a bitch. And it's,
He's still
His
stuck
life
there.
Still sucks.
till this day, he
He's
can't get
stuck.
home.
No, he's there.
He lives in that little fake house now.
There's just a Santa skeleton in that car now.
And it's still for some reason fatter than other skeletons.
Whoa.
Is he Santa?
Because he's Santa. That's the magic.
Fantastic. Well, the mom said to Kevin, I'm sorry. And then Kevin's like, all right, I forgive you. They hug. And then the rest of the family came in and they both had that big shock to shocked face, like, oh, they're back already. And then the whole family, and then Buzz is like, Kevin, you didn't burn the house down. I'm proud of you. And he's like, thanks, Buzz.
Thanks, bud. That's the famous line.
Buzz.
Thanks, bud.
But then another sweet moment is Daniel's favorite part is, go ahead, Daniel, you and the rest.
So in like one of the only scenes where McClunky is with his family and not getting yelled at, he looks out the window and he sees not serial killer neighbor Marley reconnecting with his family, and he's like crying, and they see each other and they wave, and it's so sweet. I really like it.
Do you think
And
that
then-
really happened, or do you think it was like that's like what Kevin's imagining, and that guy died and he's a ghost?
Oh.
And then the scene ends with Buzz yelling. He's like, "What'd you do to my room?" or something. And I think that's where the movie ends. Yeah, that's like the last scene.
Kevin, you killed my fucking spider.
Where's my spider? He's my only friend.
But yeah, that's the ending of Home Alone. What are you guys' thoughts about us talking about this? What was your final
It was all
thoughts?
right. It was okay.
Sorry.
Do you want to go over the call and like recap it?
Yeah, start from the beginning.
This is our performance review as podcasters.
It's the end of the year.
But yeah, I mean, great film. I do want to say that our Kevin, I don't want to say his real name because you guys make fun of me saying his real name.
I would never
he
make fun of you.
I'll call him Mr. Culkin. Mr. Culkin is now
Okay.
in the Walk of Fame in Hollywood. He just got
Oh
his
yeah, I
start.
saw that.
Mm-hmm.
That's so nice.
Yes, he did.
And Catherine O'Hara was there, and she was like, "Hey man, I'm proud of you, son." And he's like, "You're not my real mom."
He wouldn't say that.
And he has his wife, Brenda Song, as you mentioned, Anthony, the Prindle, of course.
Yeah, classic, yes, of course.
The Prindle. But yeah, that is Home Alone. Other than that, the next, our final rewatch actually is coming up next week. It is Jingle All the Way. Some classic, some people's classics, some were not. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much for this this podcast. This
I'm
episode.
sure next week's conversation will be very normal.
Well,
It won't
Well,
go
that's-
off the rails at all.
Jingle All the Way is Abrar's favorite movie of all time ever. I'm pretty sure. So
it's my favorite
He's,
all-time Christmas movie for me.
he's a big Sinbad fan.
you know what's
Oh,
gonna be
yes.
really fun is I've never seen it before. Actually,
Really?
Oh no.
yeah, I've actually never
way.
watched it. I've seen clips of it,
You-
like,
Oh, no.
and I know,
Well-
and I know a lot of the like jokes that are in it because y'all shitheads have been quoting it to each other the entire decade I've known you.
You
but
might hate it,
no, I've never
actually.
watched
Yeah,
it.
I think Daniel's gonna.
There's a
No,
chance you're gonna
no.
hate this fucking movie.
Okay.
I think Paul
Daniel-
White's in it. Am I wrong?
He's
that real?
absolutely 100% in it. Yeah.
Then I'm
Yes.
in. That's all I need. Put Captain
Speaking
Insano.
role.
Oh, let me ask you this question, Daniel. Do you like the Belushis, but only one of them, but not that one?
That's
I
the
don't
famous
even know
one.
how to answer that question.
You're gonna if you do, good. You good for some good news.
Well,
okay.
well, Daniel, I hope you, when you watch the movie, I hope you love it, and I hope you can discuss it with us next week. If you don't like it, please tell us why you hate it. I really want to know.
I don't think I'll hate it. The only one of these Christmas movies I hated is Jack Frost, and you didn't even let me talk about that one.
Yeah, scheduling conflicts. I'm so sorry.
Scheduling conflicts. Let me reveal what happened.
Oh God.
Last time we recorded for Jack Frost, I show up and I'm like, Abrar, what's up? We're gonna talk about Jack Frost. He's like, yep. And I'm like, is it just you and me? He's like, yep. And then we record, and then as soon as we're done recording, Daniel joins the call, and he's like, I watched it too.
Hey, I watched Jack Frost. You told me to watch Jack Frost. I watched this very bad movie.
Well, right now, what's your thoughts on Jack Frost?
It was
Quickly.
very
No,
bad.
No, we don't got
We
time.
gotta get out of here, dude.
Okay,
At least,
well,
hey, apparently I was remembered halfway through this whole fucking event because you guys talked about like the Santa Claus as well, and I wasn't even way aware of that. It wasn't until like a couple weeks in, you're like, "Oh, hey, do you want to do this thing?" So,
I also watched the Santa Claus and was not part of that one either.
my
Abrar-
God,
when Abrar told me, he said, yeah, Anthony's only joining us for the last two. Abrar, we're all looking at you right now, pal. What's going on?
Abrar
I
has
just
shown us
want-
his tier list of which ones he likes better.
I just want the holiday rewatch to be like an epic finale. Like, you get your smaller folks in the beginning, and then you get your grand total at the end.
oh, okay, so we're the big guns. Skyler's
that
like,
makes
I'm not
sense.
coming back next week. I'm
Skyler,
not
you
going.
you are my oldest friend. Come here.
You get away from me, McClunky Culkin.
You're my dude. Dude. I'm Kevin. You're my what's this guy's name? Marlon.
After all we've been through, all the fucking Saw movies, Jack Frost. Now I'm the small guns.
No, you're the big gun. No, I'm the small gun. You guys are the big guns. What are you talking about?
Yo, we gotta get out of here. People still listening to this.
No, let's talk
Oh.
about the numbers. Let's talk about the numbers when Abrar did an episode by himself about CM Punk. How many listens did that get, Abrar? I want to know.
You really want to know?
I do want to know. Was it like 2?
It has 4.
Hey, that's
listens.
double what Skyler thought.
And one of those was Steven.
Oh, never mind.
Hey,
that
what's
actually
wrong
counts
with
as a
Steven?
negative one. So
Well, we just got really hot there, but it's okay. Let's cool off for the next the next rewatches. Jingle all the way.
Jingle all the
Skyler,
way,
where can
okay.
they find you, please? Just tell me where can the audience find you, please.
we gotta get out of here, Sky. Let's go.
Please.
You could find me talking about Jingle Away the next week, maybe.
No,
We'll
you'll
see,
be
I
there.
guess.
You'll be
We'll see
there.
how I'm feeling.
Daniel,
no.
where can they find you?
You can find me on twitterx.com, whatever, at Daniel J. McGee, or at my YouTube channel of Daniel McGee. I talk about video games mostly.
Hey, Anthony, what do you got?
You can find me at Anthony Lantern on Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. You can also follow me on the podcast that I'm on more often, The Grund, with my good friend Kirk Beatty. Just search The Grund on Apple Podcast and the other one, Spotify.
Very nice, very nice. Well, Skyler, I will give you a Christmas gift. Don't worry. I will give you a Christmas gift.
Do that.
giving Skyler Christmas gifts. He's giving him cookies. He's giving him all sorts of rewards.
Yeah, I didn't get nothing. I didn't even get an invite.
You give me. You don't even celebrate Christmas. You give me stuff. I got to give you stuff. Don't be doing this to me last minute.
Okay. Well, of course you can
Bro,
follow this.
the only gift I want
Yeah.
is your friendship.
You know what? I'm shaking
Ooh.
your hand right now. I'm literally
Oh
shaking.
my God!
your
Get
hand.
off! Ah!
Oh, so sorry.
Whoa.
But yeah, of course you can follow this podcast on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and what did I say? Marlin? No, it's Spotify. R. Kelly.
That's the end of the show.
I
Just
have
turn it off.
radio.
That's the end of the show.
That's
Just end it.
All right. Till then, was
McClunky Culkin.
McCulkey Culkin. That's it. McCulkey Culkin.
You can't even say the fake one right.
We didn't even talk about the furnace.
Oh yeah, it's quick.
No, end it.
No.
No.
End it
The
at-
furnace. Just
End
say
it right there. No, go back in and cut it to we didn't even talk at the furnace, and that's the last thing in the podcast.
That has to be the end.
The furnace says, "Hello, Kevin." I don't know if you guys caught that.
You're not gonna cut it, are you?
You're not gonna cut it. You're gonna put this whole thing in, and it's gonna be really funny for us and no one else.
No, people will like
Wow.
it. People like to hear us.
Maybe 10-year-olds.
I
Don't
everyone will
wrong
be
with
there.
you?
All right, let me close this.
Please.
Bing bang!